All right, here we go. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, it's Nerd Block Talk Friday.
Fancy Friday.
And it's Fancy Friday. So I remembered this time. So Johnny remembered. So as always, I'm Johnny from Nerd Block.
I'm Greg Ellis from Nerd Block.
I'm Peter from Shirt Punch.
And so I remembered my dress shirt and my tie. This is the first time I've ever worn a dress shirt or a tie in about 10 months. So it's been a long time.
Outside of a wedding and a funeral, right? Am I right?
Yeah. I'm still wearing jeans though. I'm still rocking the jeans. So, but yeah,
Don't
let's
tell people that. Like this is, it's
they
almost
can't-
like the radio. They can't
See. All it is the voice too.
No, but
right?
but I have
Are you crying?
I am crying. A little bit.
Because he doesn't look as good as us.
I don't have a blazer. So next week I'm going to come in with a blazer.
I'm not going to wear
Neither-
blazer.
Maybe my bow tie, but oh well.
Yes, if bow ties are the best ties.
I do. Yeah, I agree. All right, so as always, thank you for you guys for joining in. If you guys don't know, on Fridays we're gonna do block talks moving forward. So with me, Peter and Greg we're gonna look at some news happening in kind of nerd culture, and we're gonna react to it. It's sometimes first time that we've seen it. Creepy, thank you for joining.
Thanks, creeps.
We still have to sign a block, and I'm gonna send it out today, but we still have to do that. So we're gonna talk about we're gonna watch a couple things, watch a couple trailers, and we're gonna discuss. And we've got a couple more questions actually that we got in, and we're gonna answer that.
All right, Creepy, what do you want us to draw on the block? Because I will draw a picture.
That was a leading question, and you know what everybody thought?
He's gonna draw me like one of his
Hearts.
French girls.
Hearts. Everybody thought hearts.
Yeah. Anyways, so first and foremost, we're gonna get started. The first topic of discussion we're gonna look at is the Ghost in the Shell
Want me
movie.
to outline the shape of yours?
Stop. we're gonna talk about Ghost in the Shell, and
Good luck today, Johnny. We got a lot of coffee.
This is like my third cup.
And we're gonna talk about Scarlett Johansson being casted.
ScarJo.
Right.
Sorry,
But
that was-
let's
That was
see.
aggressive.
Yeah, hearts. That's cute. All right, let's go. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in.
I haven't even seen this yet.
That's kind of the point, Peter.
Oh, that's her.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
That's ScarJo. That's a girl.
Is he intense right now? Oh, there's two girls.
Whoa.
Too intense.
What are you?
I like her freckles. Is that Columbo?
He's back.
Why is she holding her gun like that?
I don't know. It's weird.
There's probably a perpetrator there. No, never mind.
No, there's some
It's
Buddhist
just the
monks.
beginning.
I like how intense Johnny's getting right now.
All
But
right.
that was it?
That's it. That's
It's
all.
his teaser trailer, man.
Yeah, it's a teaser. It's a teaser trailer. So, what do you guys think? Have you guys ever seen the original Ghost in the Shell?
Isn't it an anime?
Yes, it is an anime.
So
It
Greg
an
has
anime.
not.
Yep. Yeah.
I haven't either. No, I haven't. Even though
I actually think I have. Many moons ago, I probably downloaded, pirated it, put it on DVD. Remember those things?
Stop saying that.
I'm just kidding. God, nobody does that.
I watched it. It's one of my favorite movies. The first one. I haven't seen like a lot of them. There's so many. But I'm a big fan. I don't know. There was a lot of uproar with Scarlett Johansson being casted in like an Asian-esque role.
Yeah, I heard
right?
about that.
Same kind of
Yes.
thing with Dragon Ball Evolution. Justin Chatwin.
Don't
being
talk
casted-
about that movie.
being casted as Goku. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think, in terms of popular media and culture, Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian-esque character, because even in the anime, her character isn't really definitive as Asian, but, it is Asian-esque style. Same thing with, like, Goku, right? They didn't cast an Asian male for the portrayal of Goku.
But they didn't say what his race was.
That's exactly.
Right?
Well, he's a Saiyan, right? So, like, he's not even of Earth.
To
so,
me, like I understand, and there's a huge thing about that
Right.
in film right now that Asian actors should be represented, like Asian characters should be represented by Asian actors. I get that. I don't know if if this was clearly Asian, an Asian like character, yeah, you should have represented it. I don't know much about this. Like, does it ever allude to her being like Japanese?
Not really. Well,
No?
she's if I recall correctly, she's a replica. She's a robot actually. right? So that's one
So
of
why don't we get a robot person to represent it, right?
exactly, Larry,
I
right?
know
So,
we're out there.
so that's pretty interesting. Creepy Deer, I'm watching Standalone Complex right now.
He's on to me. What?
Standalone Complex.
Yes.
So,
I don't know what that is either.
I sit alone. I don't want to stand alone.
yeah, you do. But you look great doing it. So,
I'm forever alone.
will you be watching the Ghost in the Shell
Complex.
movie?
I'll watch it.
Yeah?
I mean, it looks great. It looks like it's going to be a blockbuster. You know me, I like the blockbuster.
Yep.
I like the stuff that is pretty big in North America. I'm not huge on going outside of that. So I will probably... Okay, shut up, Greg.
I'm going to watch it. I love, Ghost in the Shell, so we're going to see how that goes. And I'm a big fan of ScarJo, so we'll see, moving forward. So, next one, it's a little bit longer. We're only going to watch a little bit about it. I'm going to kind of fast forward through the video.
Oh, no.
but
This one we have to call out is for Risa.
Yeah.
This one's for Risa, another one of our designers.
Designers.
Oh,
okay.
whoa.
No,
Whoa,
hey,
no,
whoa.
Axel. You
Alright.
take that hat off right now, lad.
No, never. All right, so we're gonna fast forward through this just so we can watch the last minute. But it is the Dark Souls 3 Ashes of Ariandel DLC, and we're looking at the gameplay and as well as a demo walkthrough for the new boss. So we're just gonna skip to the end. There we go.
Okay.
So have you guys played Dark Souls
Dark
Of
before?
course I played
Yes,
Dark
it's
Souls.
the
I've
worst
actually
game
I
ever.
streamed Dark Souls 3 for a while,
No one
and
cares.
you could see me break.
Right where's the moment?
I just go like,
I hate that game.
I like it. I like it a lot. This one's for you.
oh my goodness.
Praise the
All right, so we all. All right.
Bloodborne was another great game, though. That's another one that's like I enjoyed that much more because it had all the old English accents.
It was really, really fun. It's not a new game, Creepy. It's a new DLC. You guys, wow,
Whoa.
harsh. But you know what?
Doesn't say
We-
that when we play Overwatch.
Yeah. You're not getting an invite next time. They're gonna invite me now. Okay, so so obviously you've played Dark Souls before. You've dabbled.
Yes.
So what do you think? Will you be going back to the DLC first and foremost?
No.
No.
You know why? I will. It'll be painful
Okay.
for me.
Okay. The boss is big for you.
I will be
right?
playing it, but I have to finish the actual part of Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. The game is very difficult.
But I've gotten so far in that one that I don't know why I dropped it. I dropped it like it's not hot.
Well, it's also because like you're also like it gets frustrating for you, right? So
Yeah.
it's like when you come to that point where you're just like, you know what, I want to let loose. You played Black Desert a lot, Overwatch, and then you're playing with us a lot too, right? So it kind of distracts you from that main gameplay. You want to play with your friends, so like why not, right? I feel that. I beat Dark Souls 3. I really liked it. Will I go back to the DLC? Probably not. I've kind of had my fill with the Dark Souls 1, 2, 3,
Wait a second, did you
Bloodborne.
say you beat it?
Yeah. Well,
People actually beat that game?
yeah.
They don't beat their head against a wall?
Maybe if my name was Greg, maybe.
That was a painful joke.
Yeah, that was bad. That was harsh. But
For me.
So was that game. Hey!
but I'm pretty happy with it. It looks great. The snowy aspect, the feel, the design, kind of akin to back to Bloodborne. With the scythe user and the ice abilities. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So
You probably don't have to finish the game to access the DLC.
We'll see about that. That
all right. So
means I'm too cheap.
this one we're just gonna discuss. We're not gonna watch a trailer.
Okay.
But it is an image. The new Spawn movie. What do you guys think?
I'm down.
This is what we're looking at?
Yeah. So that is the concept art that's been kind of promoted right
It
now.
looks like just charcoal.
Yeah.
It is a charcoal drawing, but like if you kind of
You don't see his cape.
no, so it's kind of like wrapped around him, right? But
Yeah.
but like, did you guys watch the '90s movie? Right,
Yeah,
of course I
From
did.
Michael
Of
Jai.
course I
I think
did.
it was Michael Jai White. I'm not sure.
Yes,
It is Michael Jai White.
And growing up,
Black
I
Diamond.
liked it. I liked the movie. I thought it was really cool. The
ever seen the
clown
movie?
scared.
Yes.
The clown scared me.
The clown?
Yes.
The clown.
Yeah, yeah, the
Oh,
big, the big
dude.
fat clown.
I forget the clown's name.
I don't remember either.
Just the big fat clown.
Winky face? No,
Yeah.
no, the happy face?
No, stop.
No,
Okay,
it's
stop it.
But I loved the movie. I thought it was really cool, and it was apparently really underrated.
It was underrated.
It was very.
I
Just
just
because Michael Jai White wasn't really, he didn't have any major star power at the time.
Okay.
And also the group behind, like comic book movies weren't really received well at the time.
Okay.
Now they are.
Right.
So
Was it rated
90%
like
of cinema.
rated R or 14A? I think it was
It was R.
at the time.
Well, yeah, I think it was R.
It was R rated.
Yeah. So I didn't get to watch it until like a lot later
You
in
know-
life. Like I never.
But that's
found
why
it.
they did it justice, because Spawn is a rated R comic.
You know
Right.
how I knew that it was rated R? Is my parents rented it, thinking it was just a superhero movie, and I wanted to see it. They put it
From
on
Blockbuster?
from Blockbuster.
From Blockbuster.
Was it rewound?
Yes, they did actually.
Oh.
And Spawn was actually one of my first DVDs that I ever had.
Oh, nice.
But my parents like actually got in an argument. They're like, "This is rated R. You're not supposed to have this." I'm like, "Well,"
It's too late. We were
and I
not.
said, well,
It's
"It's none
too
of my
late.
business."
I'm
and
an
then
adult.
Wow.
I don't give a frick, Mom.
Wow. Okay, but I'm really excited. I really like the Spawn character. I think that there's a lot to explore there. The animated series on HBO was amazing, absolutely fantastic.
Never watched it.
I'm trying to think.
Do you-
Actually, no, sorry, I did. I
You
did.
watched a couple of them, I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really, really good. It was really well done. It was more akin to the comics.
Can we still get that?
Yeah, you can still order the full box set from
Oh, cool.
HBO. You can get them from HMV
Yeah.
here in Canada. Best Buy, I guess.
Digital
We'll have it.
downloads.
Digital downloads. Yeah, yeah. It is a fantastic anime series and animated series, and I'm really excited. You know, and they have reported that it is going to be a rated R movie. So
Good.
That's
Deadpool, being the success that it is, opened a lot of doors for a lot of superhero movies.
It did.
Right? It opened a lot in terms of ratings and what they can and cannot do. So that's really cool. You know, Wolverine tried that, didn't work out back 2013.
Yeah.
You know, they pushed the 14A rating and they tried for a rated R. In the director's cut, it's actually rated R. But
did not know
the
that.
theater release is
The
14A.
Wolverine, we're
The
talking about
Wolverine,
in
yeah, when he
Japan.
goes to Japan, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of blood, a lot of like
I have it
limbs.
just chilling. I haven't even
So
tried.
you know when we thought that I was the robot, I've decided Johnny's the robot because he knows everything.
Hey kids, I'm a computer.
I'm a computer.
Stop all the downloading.
So what's
So
next?
I'm pretty excited for the movie. Would you watch it?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
Okay, of course.
Without a doubt.
All right, all right.
We're all going together, and we're wearing Spawn outfits.
Okay, I'll wear a Spawn mask.
No.
I mean, no
You
mask
go
in
with
theaters.
Spawn after he got burnt. naked Spawn.
Naked Spawn.
You know, there's some person that's gonna be like, "You look like Deadpool." You know that for
I'm
sure.
gonna smack that kid.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
You just take it slow.
Last of Us. Some Last of Us news. First and
AKA
foremost,
the most sad opening of a game
it is
I've
pretty.
ever.
Yeah.
The feels hits
The
me
whole game.
right
I beat it.
here.
I beat it in 2 days. I beat it in 2 days because I sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna play through it. Apparently, it's a masterpiece, and I played through it. I'm like, wow. I was really sad. Have you played it?
I don't
Yes,
think I have.
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
You
Yeah,
should.
no, I haven't played it yet.
If you have a PlayStation 4, I'll lend it to
But
you
I've
for sure.
seen it. I think you and I were talking about it ages ago, months ago.
It's a beautiful game.
It is fantastic. A couple news is they're remastering it again apparently, some
Why?
little DLC, but as well as
Money.
Last of Us 2 has been announced and is kind of hit the rumor mill. So like what, like you know, without spoiling too many things for
Where do you
for-
go from that?
Where do you go? Where do you go?
from that?
Right,
Let's
like
ask that.
the story itself has a very clear beginning, middle, and end. There's a very clear end, but
It's not like. It's
but
not,
it is kind of open ended.
But it's not like an Uncharted where it's like you're going on a different adventure every time.
It's still you're within the same world.
You're in the same world and you're like Indiana Jones, which
Yeah.
is pretty much exactly what Uncharted is.
Yeah.
But this, on the other hand, yeah, without getting into too much spoilers, it's like,
What further story
are you
could they do?
playing? Are you playing like?
No one knows.
Yeah.
It's just the second game has been announced. It's kind of hit the rumor mills that it's kind of in pre-production right now. Yeah, and I agree. Right, so that I don't want a Last of Us 2. I don't. I don't
But
agree
it's been
with
so
this.
well received. You as a business person, how do you not?
Yeah. You
Of
gotta-
course,
you
right?
gotta
And
pump
there,
up the
there's that
cash
logic
again.
is that, you know, in terms of the company itself, they have to deem their profits, but as well as for the good of the community, you know, is it
It's a matter
necessary?
of getting the story right, from the sounds of it.
Right.
As a person who hasn't played it,
I you know
think
what?
they just got to manage the story correctly.
I'd be okay if the series itself was a sequel,
Yeah.
right? But it took place in the same environment, but did not feature the same characters.
Yeah, different
Like
characters.
a brand new story of survival, essentially, right? And that's what Last of Us kind of boils down to, is surviving to get from point A to point B. And if they took place in the same world, I'll
You
be
know
okay
what
with that.
Naughty Dog needs to do?
Bring back Crash Bandicoot.
Absolutely.
Okay, that was left field. No, I was gonna say I agree with Uriah blah blah that we have faith in Naughty Dog. They have a really good track record.
They have delivered something great every time I played Uncharted. And, you know, even though people like harp on Uncharted being like, oh, so cinematic, but you're literally playing a movie. You could sit there and have someone watching you play that game, and if you're playing it perfectly, it flows like a movie.
Yep.
It's
So
great.
basically,
Uncharted-
just watch
Uncharted
me
3 was
because I
amazing.
play everything perfectly.
That's a lie.
All right. So next up is some controversial news. We've got.
Wait.
Oh, what?
GQ pose.
I got nothing. There's a lot of dog hair in my.
All right.
Never mind.
So No Man's Sky, controversial news.
Greatest game ever.
This game has been in the news release for the last year
Stop
now.
staring at the screen.
I'm staring at the screen.
You're staring at the video. Stop.
Play the video.
No, there's no video. It's just the title sequence.
Okay.
No video. We're just going to talk about the image.
Okay.
Just talk about No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky, as you guys know, was hyped up for so long. They built a game based on an algorithm that endless exploration of space, and it was really really cool.
Sounded great.
It sounded fantastic, and it looked
Right
great.
on that.
Right?
Yeah, on
Great on
paper.
that.
On paper.
Too bad it was paper thin.
Yeah. CSI Nerd Block.
So the game itself, when it was released, it came out with 6.8 gigs or something like that. When it hit gold, there were a lot of problems and a lot of features were actually missing from the launch release title. Now, this is nothing new in gaming, right? We've seen that with Ubisoft, we've seen that with UA, where day one DLCs or patches definitely comes out. I see Radburn's icon.
Rad.
Radbrads?
Right there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Keep it down out there,
Anyways, now this is nothing new. However, what is kind of unprecedented is that No Man's Sky.
She's down here. We need her down. No, that looked inappropriate, but I meant like she's short and.
Just stop talking.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Anyways, what was really interesting about No Man's Sky was that when nothing was released, they kind of cut communications. Even on their main Twitter page.
When's the last tweet? It was like August.
August 18th was their last
Yeah.
tweet. It's been over a month. It's been almost 2 months since communication has kind of gone quiet. No multiplayer, no
Yeah.
exploration. The
Their Twitter
creatures.
account was like totally turned off, right?
No, it's still available. Like, you can
Oh,
still see
I thought they
everything.
shut
Have they not
But-
tweeted anything
They
still?
haven't.
No, they haven't. August 18th was their last tweet.
They
And
probably the lawyer said shut it down.
And what was really funny about it, it's not funny, but it's kind of sad, but one of their last tweets as well prior to that was, we're now focusing on customer service and we're going to bring you the features that you want. and nothing happened. And that's really sad. That's really
Focus on
sad.
Customer service.
So,
Yeah, not talking.
yeah. So, hit the news recently, right now, No Man's Sky is now being investigated for false advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
In
What
the
do you-
UK and I think in the US.
I believe just the UK right now.
Just the UK.
But it is going to spread out globally. But what do you guys think?
I think it's valid.
I think it's totally valid.
This is one of the first times it's ever happened for a game industry. So
You had what's his name? What's the guy's name who created it again?
I-
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
He went on stage, or he went in interviews, and he went on things saying like, you and your friends can meet up on a planet if you meet up on a planet. They always said if because it was such a huge universe, and you guys could explore the universe together. And
Never
then pre-release came out, and then these videos started coming out. And then people were like, I've tried meeting up with this person, it's not happening. It's
Yeah.
just...
Day one, within the first 3 hours of the game launching, 2 people were actually able to meet up. Now, if you guys don't know, you can kind of leave messages like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You can leave like a kind of a message like, I've named this planet, I've claimed this in the name of Gordos and Peter or Greg, right? And so 2 people met up and it's like, wow, within the first 3 hours, the guy sent them a message and said, hey, are you still on the planet that you just messaged? Or named?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, let's meet up at this station. And they met up and they couldn't interact. They weren't there. They were on the same planet, but their positioning was not being updated to the server.
And then this is what they started talking about. They started talking about like, well, there's different time warps because someone might have traveled further into the future when it's really like into the because there's wormholes in the
Yep.
game, and you can go through a wormhole, and it's like one of the equations is it's pretty much like 5 months have passed in normal time, 5 years have passed once you've gone through the once you're back into the real life. So they said, well, that's how they're trying to mask the non-multiplayer feature,
Yep.
but in reality,
It's still a cop-out.
it's just a bunch of
Yeah, it's a cop out. It's a cop out. And you know what? Them being investigated opens a lot of precedents for a lot of different companies. Now, a lot of companies will look to this and say, what can we promise?
Yeah.
And this kind of hurts the game industry, in my opinion, to say like, okay,
I don't think it does. I think it regulates the video game industry because look what keeps happening. We keep having all these games that come out
Watch
that are,
Dogs.
that
Watch
are
Dogs is another
unfinished. Why is it unfinished?
Right.
Why do I have to wait for DLC? Why do I have to expect updates? We shouldn't expect an update.
You're right.
You paid for a product. You don't go to McDonald's and ask
Get
for a
half a
burger
burger.
and get a cold burger, and they're like, well, hold on, we're just going to microwave it real quick for you. Like,
Fair enough.
nowhere else in the world a product comes unbaked.
Right. Okay. No, I absolutely agree. Then I absolutely agree. But moving,
So should they get hit? Yeah, they should get.
They should.
They honestly should be getting. They deserve this because, they could have said like, hey guys, before launch they could have been released a video like, hey guys, we talked about multiplayer. It's not working how it's intended right now, so we shut it off.
yeah, and having a press statement would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right. Whoever dealt with the social media, like unfortunately, that word should have.
They
gone
basically
through, but-
dealt
Okay,
with it like an angry ex who just, you write this long message and
And
you
they're
get a
like,
K.
Yeah.
Or they actually did it like when Homer's like in Simpsons when they had that little bird that was just pressing the enter
Oh,
key.
yeah.
That's exactly who. That's their customer service. They're just like
Oh god.
K.
K.
All right.
Enter.
Just two birds. K enter. K enter. All right. So they deserve it. 100%. We
Totally,
all do
totally.
agree. And yeah,
But it's going to forever change the landscape of the
No,
industry.
it won't.
I
It
think
will.
Depending on the outcome. If they get nailed for it, it'll change the.
There should be
it'll change.
regulations.
There
There
should
should be
be.
regulations in advertising for any video game company that says like, hey, multiplayer capabilities incoming or something like that, like or not final might not be in final product.
of course.
They'll cover their own butts.
It has to be public though. It can't be just like a small print or
it,
anything
it
like that,
has
right?
to be public, and
I
there has
agree.
to be things on it. So yeah, that's it. That's
All right.
for me.
All right. I agree. All right. We're gonna skip. We have FIFA 17 on our list for some reason.
I mean, what? You guys aren't excited?
I mean, I love FIFA. I play FIFA all the time.
Mate.
But me, I play only Manchester United.
So moving on. I don't play.
You're
play
not an
FIFA.
Arsenal.
I don't play FIFA either.
Wow, you guys are
But
terrible.
Arsenal, Arsenal, I love Arsenal.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, sports games are amazing.
Labamba, when does a game release? When does a game release with multiplayer without putting out some video of it? I don't see how people convince themselves it was in there.
The only reason I think people were convinced it was in there is because they were told multiple times by the lead developer saying,
They
"Hey,
can meet up.
hey, see, I didn't watch any of the press releases, anything like that until
Oh, really?
after this whole thing
Okay.
exploded. So I went into this game thinking it's gonna be another personally, it would be another solo exploration game if I run across someone. That's cool, but I was surprised that they had lied about it and stuff like that.
Right.
But then watching, I'm like, wow, you guys really dug yourself into a huge hole. You promised. You're like saying, it's like saying to a kid, listen, for your birthday, I am getting
A unicorn.
I'm getting you a unicorn. Yeah, exactly. And then they open the
Flying
garage
unicorn.
door, and it's a horse with like a cardboard horn stuck to its head.
like a 12
It-
paper roll.
Yeah, and then when the kid's like, oh my god,
That's
it's
actually
a
genious.
It's
Let's
like
do that.
it's like, oh my
Somebody.
god, it's a unicorn. The moment that the unicorn's the horse starts to move, the toilet paper roll falls off, and they say, well, we're working on it. Like,
Okay.
We're getting strong
okay,
with glue.
enter, child, your birthday's been ruined.
All right. Moving on, we've got some other news. This is kind of going to tie into the question period, but this is pretty interesting. Bulletstorm. Have you guys played that game before?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Bulletstorm came out for the Xbox 360. Absolutely, fantastic game. I rented it on a whim, and which is gonna kind of go into our next question, but it was fantastic. I thought it was really cool, and it's getting a remaster. So
And it was pretty underrated at the time.
it was really underrated. So let me get some gameplay here for you guys first. But it's kind of a shooter, not kind of, but
Step aside.
You can just mute it.
Deal with it.
I could.
So we
Um,
can talk over it. There you go.
so it is a first-person shooter, but however,
Leave it
let's
Leave it playing.
Let's go over here.
You're the worst, Johnny.
Nope.
Johnny, what are you?
No.
Steven Spielberg?
Yep.
Here, leave this.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
there we
I'm
go.
sorry, everyone.
So we've got gameplay code now, but looking at this kind of game, it was able to, like, you were able to kind of combo with the environment. You got points based on because I cut off the video.
It was perfect.
Damn. So looking at this video, looking at the gameplay, you were able to use different weapons, variety of guns, and as well as combo with like a kind of an energy grappling hook. So using that and your good old stomping boot, you can actually, interact with the environment in such a way that, like, your goal for each level was to get as much point and be as ridiculous as possible. So, like, you would grapple like
Kind of like Just Cause.
Exactly, but first person, and
Yeah, kind of like Just Cause with a bit of rage in there.
Yep. Rage was actually a great
I
game.
never played this game.
And it's getting remastered, so you might have the chance.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Worth it.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, look at that. Like, and you get points for...
It's one of those games that ended up in the dev world being talked about and known affectionately, and like a lot of the ideas and concepts that were in here ended up being in
other
so
games.
many
In other games, that's right.
but it didn't get the financial love that it deserved.
Yeah. But it got enough
It was too
traction.
ahead of its time, maybe.
It got enough traction for it to be remastered. So
Yeah.
hopefully, eventually we'll get a Bulletstorm 2, which I'm pretty excited for. But all aside, would you play this game looking at kind of like a combo system where you interacted with the environment, like something like this, like
Yeah, right into the cactus. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, I play it. I
right?
play it.
I
So
played just to kick people in the cactuses.
and that's what
Cacti.
and that's what Bulletstorm is, right? It's really just like, look at something like that. Again, it's just playing to your interest and playing to Peter's just so weird.
I'm watching. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking.
And interacting with this environment, it goes to your play style, and how can you get the highest combo that's possible, or the combo multiplier or anything like that. So I think it's really cool. I'm pretty excited.
You know what this reminds me of? Like, this reminds me of any game from 2014. It was
It-
all desert. It was all grungy.
Maybe that's what the problem was. Like we went apocalyptic.
It was like
crazy.
everything.
Borderlands.
Borderlands, Bulletstorm, Rage,
Yeah.
Spec Ops on the Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these games came out, and they kind of had the same color and feel.
Dystopian future.
Yeah.
Whoa, university vocabulary.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I don't wear this jacket all the time, but when I do.
Fun fact, I'm the only one that went to university.
That's not true.
Did you go to university? oh, so you went to college.
I didn't go.
Oh,
Yeah, I went to college, everyone.
But I'm really excited for this game. I think a remaster is going to open a lot of doors. With this kind of new generation of gamers, where they're 12 to 14 year olds that really just want to go hard, go ham, and like the Call of Duty generation,
Yeah.
right? Like the ones that really just want mindless fun. I think this is going to do well.
Yeah, it's a spray and pray in the video game world.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and the people that actually think about what they're doing get rewarded for it. So as you can see, environmental point damage. That's really cool. So, but
You mentioned that this was actually rented on a whim.
yeah, so that leads up to our next question. So, there we are. So we're gonna just go to the full cast video. Oh gosh, stop that. So that is going to lead to our first question of the day.
Yep.
Favorite thing that you ever rented when renting was still a thing?
Pick me!
And
Me!
on a whim, and kind of describe your experience. So mine was Bulletstorm.
We already got that
I went
already.
to
It's my
Blockbuster.
turn.
It was great. All right, Greg.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It was the weirdest thing I ever picked up. And I just looked at it. I read the I think it was in a box even.
Oh,
back when
okay.
you rented in a box. And I read the back of the description on the back of the box, and you basically were able to become the shogun of Japan, and it was all about the Japanese feudal system.
Nice.
And I'm normally
And
a
they called it the
first-person
Romance
shooter.
of the Three Kingdoms?
Yeah.
I'm
And
really
it's-
confused.
It's very like none of it made sense to me, but it sounded so cool. So I went into it with no preconceptions or expectations, and it ended up being it's like a turn-based Civ style game.
Okay.
And I think I started at 3, which meant there were 2 before it, which meant it had some sort of pull. Never heard of it in North America. I think 3 might have been. You're the computer, so you would know. Might have been the first English version of it, and and then they went up to 5, and now I think they're on 7 or 8, and they've changed it. So it used to just be turn-based, and now it's I think it's like real time. It's actually like an RPG. So cool. If you ever have the chance, you could probably find it in one of those
Emulators.
emulators online or something, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool.
Blockbuster.
Hands
Favorite
down.
game you rented on a whim.
Okay, this is gonna be so ridiculous, but my brother and I, we were like 2 years apart, so we're super we're constant gamers. And on a weekend, we would ride our bikes down to the local Vidya store.
Okay,
and
was it
rent a
Blockbuster
game.
for you?
No, it was
Video 99.
well, there was a Rogers, there was a Jumbo Video.
Okay.
Oh,
We used to
okay.
go to Jumbo Video first, and then we used to go to Rogers Video
Yep.
and Blockbuster, kind of in between if they didn't have it because it was right up the road from each other.
Right.
Anyway, so we rented Champions of Norath. We love two-player games. We love two-player games.
The
and
EverQuest
whole,
game,
Yeah, the whole
yeah.
the whole premise of it is you chose a character. It was almost like Diablo, but
Yep.
for EverQuest. And we had nicknames for everything because I was a barbarian and I had this like damage defensive shield.
Was it Gortos?
No, I don't know. Actually, Gortos, that name was actually kind of spawned around there.
Yes, Lobamba.
That's right. You know it. You know what I'm talking about.
Anyways,
so that there was a defensive barrier that my brother would. He was always the mage and I was always the melee, but I was tanking for him, and we kept calling this thing Gene Shalit's Afro. I don't know why. If you guys don't know who Gene Shalit is, he was a movie reviewer with a giant curly
Google that.
mustache and a big curly fro. So we always went, get in the Afro.
Oh,
But it was a great game. Honestly, if there was one game I could go back and play with my brother again, it would be that one.
I have it. Do you want it?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm actually not even
But
kidding.
I don't have the PS2. I still have. Maybe we'll talk.
Okay, I actually have Champions of Norath. One of my favorite games as well. I saw the EverQuest symbol on it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like EverQuest. I didn't have a computer at the time. Like my computer broke,
Oh.
so I was like, "Wow, I miss EverQuest. I wanted to play EverQuest." And I'm like, "Champions of Norath."
Funny thing is, that was my first MMO I got into. That was EverQuest Online Adventures when the PlayStation 2 came out with the network adapter. My brother and I would like sleep on the couch for a whole weekend playing this thing. It was crack.
Yeah.
It was drugs.
Quick question though, just
Yeah.
to follow up. Did you know there was a Champions of Norath 2?
Yep.
Did you play that one?
No.
Okay. Not as good. Not as good.
I assumed.
It was pretty good though. No, they are
No,
not.
they're not. They
No.
should be. Seriously.
It would be really cool. It'd be really cool. Now, next question. I guess this came in because we play Overwatch. Who do you play most often and why?
In Overwatch?
I guess, yeah.
I'd have to look it up. I feel like it's changing due to competitive.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of Hanzo.
Right.
I played a lot of Torbjorn.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Now it's Lucio.
you're Lucio.
I think
a
Lucio's
lot
probably
now.
my highest logged. Only because all the haters out there hate on my Hanzo. I play
Reinhardt?
Hanzo.
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Reinhardt. Mine's
Hammer
Tracer.
down.
Mine's Tracer or Soldier. If I play competitive with my friends, it's Lucio. But if I play with these guys, if we play like quick play or anything like that, it's usually Soldier or 76.
You play
But-
May.
Yeah. My May is pretty good.
Creepy, come on.
Creepy.
He's got the legit Hanzo, and you guys like only Shimada knows how to
Control a dragon.
control a
Only
dragon.
Shimada.
And this is a Shimada.
Well, I'm a schmuck.
I'll
but-
take you. I'll take you for a walk in Tokyo.
All right.
Do you want to go for a walk in Tokyo?
Next question before we head off, so we got two more questions. Next question is Force Friday, new toys. Tell us about it.
All right, so I mean, they will not be on Shirt Punch, unfortunately. But Force Fridays today. Actually, on Shirt Punch we have up to 25% off on all Star Wars products, toys, kitchen
Also,
accessories.
The shirts are amazing.
My
today.
paycheck's going
Four
straight
great
to you.
shirts, and what you
Amazing.
guys don't know, it's a little secret within the shirt. So if you go to buy the shirt, you'll get 2 shirts, which will offer Bearded Luke from Force Awakens as an add-on for $6, and the second one will offer, I believe it's Kylo Ren in a battle stance with his lightsaber.
Oh, with his lightsaber and
yeah.
his okay.
So. But Hasbro's releasing all their cool stuff today, so you're gonna be starting to find like all the collectors out there will start seeing the items that are gonna be most wanted. And me as a collector, I gotta go to Walmart after work and literally just buy up a ton of stuff because I will actually go out and all like Disney stores gonna be releasing their new die-cast figures.
Yep.
You're gonna have a ton of new merch just flowing onto the shelves.
Right before Christmas, right?
Right
Like
before,
this
right
is-
before
this is
Christmas.
huge.
Well, there'll be another push at Christmas. This is getting people to know what's good, and then they'll do another wave release.
Awesome.
For Wave 2 Black Series Hasbro. That's what you want. That's what you want for the collectors out there. If you want to be a collector, Black Series Hasbro. Look, if you live in a small town, like sometimes what we
Move.
do. No. And then, like if you go online, you see like for instance, last year Captain Phasma, one of the hottest tickets on there.
Yep.
I mean, the character herself, she was only in there for like 2
2
seconds.
2 minutes.
But she had the allure of being this really rare character, and they didn't make a lot of her. So you went to the Disney store for any die-cast figures, they didn't have her. For the Flame Trooper, they didn't have him, or it. It was like, you don't really know what it was.
Yeah.
So, and in Black Series Hasbro, same with Captain Phasma. So I actually bought up 2 of those. Because it was crazy being in a small town. People had, like, they didn't know what Captain Phasma was big.
Right.
But those things are, I don't know what they're worth now, but they were worth a lot when they first originally came
Right.
out. But I'm just holding on to them now.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So that's it. That's Force Fridays.
All right. Cool. Awesome. You guys are collectors. Peter and I actually have the Samurai Stormtroopers from Tamashii Bluefin, I think it is.
Yeah.
So those are really cool. If you guys didn't know, Peter and I collect a lot as well. Greg is trying to do some...
Jedi mind tricks.
Okay. You have to talk.
You will not understand the power
Yeah.
of the Force.
I didn't.
That's not the way the Force works.
I didn't know he was a beetle.
All right. All right, last question of the day. It's Friday, September 30th.
Yes.
Right now,
Yes.
Premiering on
yes,
Netflix.
yes,
You can
yes,
watch
yes,
Luke Cage.
yes.
What do you guys think?
I can't wait.
Luke Cage ain't nothing to.
With...
Seriously, this looks like it's going to be so sweet.
I'm
We'll
pretty-
watch it later.
I'm pretty excited. I watched the opening sequence, the title screen and the credits and the song. Absolutely fantastic. I love the direction that they're going with this. It's so different from Daredevil and Jessica
Yeah.
Jones, and it's really hard. Like,
But I like that they're each unique, but still attached and live in the same
and
environment.
that's right. They're self-contained stories, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
But they all share the same space of being in New
Kind
York.
of like what The Last of Us needs to do.
Exactly.
Tied it
Preach.
all in.
There you
Preach.
go. There you go. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Are you guys going to watch it tonight, or are you guys going to spend the weekend watching it? What are you guys gonna
That's
do?
my Sunday probably.
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
what I think so.
It's a Sunday. I'm a little busy.
La
this
Bamba's
weekend.
watching it tonight.
La Bamba's watching it tonight. I plan on it as well, hopefully, depending on how my evening goes. But if not, tomorrow I've set my whole day aside to watch it. So
Yeah,
it'll be pretty exciting.
I think
can't wait.
Pretty good. The
We're
problem is if we don't watch it and we all come to work on Monday, everybody's going to be talking about it.
And we get spoiled.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is what
That's what
happened.
happened with Game of Thrones.
tends to be the trend here.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened to
Fun
Game of Thrones.
fact, just before Johnny started, when Episode 7 came out for Star Wars, there was actually signs up around the office that said, like, people have not seen this movie yet. Please wait a bit before discussing it in open. And people who had seen it on, like, opening day and, like, on the weekend and stuff like that, people were actually, like, they would leave the room to go talk.
to go and talk about
Like
it.
your boss, Sean and I, like we sat out in the hall because we wanted to talk about it and our theories, but we didn't want to ruin it for anyone, and we actually,
especially with the big spoiler.
and yes, and with what was the most recent? With Suicide Squad, for instance.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
as much of it flopped, but I felt this is a funny thing. I felt pretty bad because I was leaving and I was talking openly with my friends. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like a cameo in it, and I
Yeah.
was like, it's not the guy you're thinking of.
Cameo?
Which
Where
one? There's a lot of
The
cameos.
one in red.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I can't believe, and I said it, and then all of a sudden, guys who was lined up for it was like, hey, and I'm like, oh, I was that dude. So
Yeah.
I hated
What's
it.
Westworld Sunday? La Bamba saying
Oh, Westworld. Westworld is a new HBO show, and they're trying to cash in on the Game of Thrones people, and
that's
and
true.
it's like, think of it as in the future, this guy's basically created a theme park full of androids that just populate it. And in this population, it's like Western. So, like, rich people will pay tons of money to go sit in this Western world for, like, a week. It's like a vacation for
I've
them.
seen that, yeah.
And
I saw the
then
trailer
I think
for
one
that.
of them starts becoming sentient
Yeah,
and knowing
something like
what
that,
they're
yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
And then so they're trying to get back through that. So I'm actually going to watch it.
pretty
Because
excited.
Anthony Hopkins is in it.
It's
Evan
like,
Rachel
it's like
Wood.
they didn't watch iRobot.
iRobot's pretty good.
I did not murder him!
You guys ever watch like AI with like?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
movie creeped
yes.
me out. That movie creeped
And
me out.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Machina.
Oh,
Machina?
Ex Machina.
Thank you.
Ex Machina was like
It was really good.
so nice.
All right. So with that, we're signing off
Gorgeous.
now. We're running. We ran a little bit longer, but thank you guys for tuning
Worth
in.
it.
If you guys like what you
What?
see, please let us know. Tweet us out at Nerdblock. Go to Shirt Punch as well. Go to our Instagram pages.
Star Wars sale. Force Squared Friday.
Be
There we go.
with you.
All right, thanks,
May the
guys.
force be with you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Use the force.
Where to send your block. Finally, wait for your package to arrive. Is there anything nerd